screen for this. We're going to put the screen on just to say that we did. And now we're going to go back to the gameplay because it is Nick, a.k.a. Pavel the Barbarian Bard, here live with his bestest voiceover buddy.
Got a game. Hey, y'all.
And we are here for part 2 of the final case. Yes, yeah, thanks, Katie. I appreciate it. Our most loyal fan currently telling us it's about time that we are live. So thank you for that. Yeah, no, we are here for part 2 of our playthrough of the final case of Phoenix Wright. Gilby, thoughts about the first part that we did last week? Anything you want to say?
Do
you remember what happened last week?
The guy from Texas. I don't like him.
You don't like Jake Marshall?
He bothers me a lot. Not because of your portrayal. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing, my friend. I just don't like him as a person.
Boy, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
There's a quote from Carrie Fisher in her memoir, Wishful Drinking, where she talks about the fights that she had when she was engaged to Paul Simon. And apparently one of the more crazy fights that she had, she apparently said, "Not only do I not like you, I like you personally."
Not only do I not like, what was the last part of it? Not only do I not like you, I don't like
you personally.
Oh boy. Yeah, really just driving that last part home, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right. Well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and we'll get into this.
Oh, wait. No. For further ado, the case that's happened is.
Oh yeah.
Is the head prosecutor is in detention because they believe that she killed someone in Edgelord's car. How'd I do?
That's pretty good. And not only do they believe that she killed them, she is admitting to the killing. She has basically come out and said, yeah, I did it. So we are currently defending someone who has admitted their guilt. So we're going to have to see if we can try and figure out what to do about that. But that is the fun of these games, Phoenix Wright, defending the indefensible. So I'm sure that we'll find a way to get it done.
Yeah, how hard could it be?
Yeah, how hard could it possibly be?
She laughed maniacally.
This is a good time to remind everybody that at any point, if you want to change who you are currently hearing doing a voice part, you can type objection in all caps with an exclamation point, and Gilby and I will drop what we are doing. We will change people, and we will play different roles. Gilby, go ahead.
No, I just said because we're actors.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I cut you off on something.
No.
I was getting ready to say I've got my crazy spiky dice over here.
Oh, fantastic!
As per tradition, are you even or odd, buds?
Always odd.
You are starting as Phoenix Wright tonight. I rolled a natural 1, so
wait, hold on. I don't like that.
I'm sure it's not indicative of anything, nor is it any sort of omen. Katie wants to know if that means if we switch parts, does Gilby become my husband? Gilby, that's up to you.
I don't know how much longer it's going to be in Florida, but only one way to find out.
Yeah, I guess that's something you guys have to work out amongst yourselves. But just remember that I can swap that back at any point with an objection, all in caps, and exclamation
Katie,
point.
I do have Disney passes. Does it help?
Yeah, you'd officially be getting in with someone who knows exactly how Disney works. So if that's an enticement. So, all right, let's get going.
All right. All right, it's off if I sing along. But
do you have game sound?
I do, yeah.
Why don't I have game sound?
I don't know, but I absolutely hear that theme song.
Oh, I know why I don't have game sound. Hold on 2 seconds. I'll fix this.
Okay.
I did not fix this.
The bouncy Law and Order. It's very quiet here. Is it just me?
It's supposed to be quiet. I know that much. It's very quiet here. I can make it a little bit louder.
Yeah, pump up the volume.
Pump up the volume, dance. No, it's because I have changed how my sound is going in. I need to put it to somewhere else. Folks, don't let anybody ever tell you that OBS is fun.
It's not. It's absolutely not.
Is difficult. And
In fact, it sucks. It just sucks. It is not user-friendly. It changes every time you open it. It sucks.
You would think I'd be better at this by now, but
No, it is not you. It is
you
not
say
you.
that, and that's very kind.
No,
I'm not.
I am not that nice. Trust me. It's not just you.
Well, if you guys can hear the sound, I don't necessarily need to hear the sound tonight. We'll be okay. We'll just get going because I don't want to make us have to wait any longer. So let's
Up to you.
get straight to the trial former.
Yes. Rise from the ashes. February 23rd. Oh, wait. You do it.
Oh, February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright?
Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas.
Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice.
Yes.
A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that.
Miss Guy, you remind me a lot of Mia. Probably because you're the same character model as your sister. Same character model of her sister.
Yeah, they're certainly similar enough that you can see.
I mean, down to the
drawing
hairstyles, man.
Right.
The fact that Emma's got a top knot. I'm just saying. But there is one decisive difference between you and her.
And that is?
You're not a defense attorney.
I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright.
I don't need luck. I've read the one myself. Right? First trial without a fake helping me.
I have the power of plot on my side.
I am the main character. I am.
Hold on 1 second.
Yep. First trial with a fake helping me.
Ladies and gentlemen, bear with me just for a second. Apparently, we are getting an echo on Gilby's sound, and I apparently have no idea how to fix it. So bear with me.
Like I said, Nick, not your.
I know. I just wish I knew what I was doing wrong.
I genuinely think they make these systems difficult on purpose, so you have to spend more money on something that actually works. That's where I'm at. Fuck capitalism. Vive la resistance.
I didn't do anything.
Are you kidding?
I don't think it's on you though. If that's what you think it is, try closing the door. Because if it was that, you would hear me echoing. I didn't. I never played. Okay, for the stream, I never at any point ended up blaming my dear darling wife Katie that there was an echo. I only made a face when she said that we were echoing. That's different.
You can't control what your face does, man.
For the most part, true. Will you say something, Gilby?
My first trial without a Fae helping me. Type objection. Change voice parts. Follow the Barbarian Bard. Phoenix Wright. Chat to man voice swapping. Wright. Ace Attorney Trilogy. Ally. Safe Space. Society. English. React. Send a message.
I think we're good.
Okay, cool.
I think I have it fixed. I think I tried to turn up the desktop volume too much, and it once again was like, oh, what's that? You wanted to make everything echo again? So,
see.
All right, here we go.
No one's going to bail me out this time. Oh! I'll be alone in. So I have to discover the truth all by myself.
I gotta stand on my own 2 Phoenix right feet.
Oh, he's got 2 right feet?
Yeah, believe it or not. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. February 23rd at 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 9.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Edgeworth. It's been 2 months. I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial.
I hope that personal feelings will not be part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness.
Well, call it first, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls for its first witness, Ms. Angel Starr, to the stand.
Oh, I think I'm Angel then.
I think so.
The cough-up queen. Oh, what was her voice?
I don't know. You're going to have to decide what it is.
All right, I'm going to make it up. Haven't I seen you where?
Besides, if you just do the same voice I was doing, that's not fun. The whole point is it's different takes on the same character.
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down.
And for you, I have a fiesta bowl.
Thing.
Will the witness state her name and profession?
And you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox?
It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Well, Honor, how does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled taste like? You know what? I'm not changing it. I think that's probably what he would say, because who says tapioca?
I mean, yeah. Name, profession, now.
The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland today. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
This is the first case where I really kind of fell in love with the judge. It's worth noting because they definitely went from wise counsel into doddering old man,
and I'm okay with this.
Yeah, it's kind of lovely, frankly.
Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth.
As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of you.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Huh? What exactly does that mean?
Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police.
Wow, really? Sorry.
Really. She was a first-rate homicide detective.
Oh, it's you, bud.
Oh, God, it is me. I'm so used to you being Emma. What? Miss Starr was a detective?
I'm going with stony silence.
Fair enough.
I know.
Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr. Just who is this lady?
If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's personnel.
I'm going to choose that was a dramatic choice.
It sure was.
Okay.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't, but yes, it was.
I would just love for this to be a block is for the prosecutor's office and the block is for visitors and clients.
I'll make it canon. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta
Yeah.
Hey, it went too fast. A chain
Sorry.
divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep the visitors from taking up.
I'm sorry, guys. I got delayed giggles.
From the block.
Block.
Suppose that's to keep the visitors from taking up prosecutors' spaces. Yes?
The crime took place.
Shit. I can do this. I'm a professional. I really am. I got this. Fine.
I'm clipping this, by the way. This is going to be the new trailer for this game
My
series.
agent's gonna kill me.
It's gonna be the block.
The crime took place by a car in the back of the block. In the car's trunk. I'm coughing out now. The serial stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out.
You alright there, Gilby?
Unfortunately, yeah, I'm coughing. I'm getting into character.
Getting into character.
Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Parking lot floor plans added to the court record.
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright.
I can't agree on principle, Your Honor.
It's that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give them your worst, Star.
Wait, are they talking about me?
Ahem. Somehow, always day like this. Oh, I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she slipped the pointy tip of the knife to Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing a lunchbox to your friend? How touching.
As you can see, there is no room for doubt.
He's taking the fact I called his car garish very well.
I think at this point he's probably heard it from enough people that he's just kind of like, I get it.
Probably.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife, which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking.
It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Case, I will talk to myself, apparently.
I was going to ask, would you
Nope,
like for
I'm
me
gonna
to
do
take...
it. I'm gonna
All right.
do it. It's a
Sounds
challenge
good.
and it's early enough. I'm not quite. Let me just
Sounds good. I'm ready. Ready?
Let's go.
Somehow I always knew a day would come.
Are we pressing everything, Gilby?
Oh yeah, press it all.
Okay.
How did you know?
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly, twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
And that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence out there. Killing off a detective that much is merely an extension of that.
Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors?
I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one of them. The stream is paused.
What happened?
You have minimized the application? At least on my end. Sorry. Hold up. Oh, we're back. Laid off. She was fired.
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, as you know, testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr.
Objection. Or hold it.
I was going to say, was that, are you asking to switch voice parts? Is
No,
that what's happening?
no. I forgot his line. Boyfriend. He's the detective.
Not that boyfriend, the security guard.
That boyfriend? You have through.
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is...
I'll stick with the lunches, thanks.
Sorry, the game decided to push that one along, apparently. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying.
The security guard room is in the lot, in a block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there.
That would be the room with the security sign.
Incidentally.
Oh no, Nick!
I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm so anxious to jump over on this.
You're a natural. You're an actual Nick. And
Yeah, it's
even though it's
definitely
his
what's happening.
nickname for Phoenix, I am the Nick Day. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in Block.
So she was in B block when B block when she witnessed the crime. Shags World says, "Homeboy's hair looks like he's been running for 20 years nonstop."
You're not wrong.
No, you're not wrong. Just always going against the wind.
When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work.
You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder?
Oh, Phoenix wishes it was as simple as a
I
supernatural.
know. I know.
It felt like, how would you say? Oh, yes. It was like the feeling you get when you pumpkin chuck seeds.
What?
I have no idea what that means.
I'm glad the judge agrees with me on that because I don't.
Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective?
Yes, well, he was like a young cheese.
Cheese?
A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with ribs on the streets. A green one.
Gilly, hold on 1 second.
Okay. It wasn't him. It was the one-armed man. Right? Jags, how is the sound on your side? Um, 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 um. I can. You can hear y'all's voice great. Okay, cool.
That's good. I was actually just asking Katie if you guys could hear the game sound because I turned on the Twitch stream for a second, and I can't hear anything on the Twitch stream.
Oh. Yeah,
And it might just be because it's super low. I don't know. All right, but either way, let's keep going.
All right. Then I must be hot, yellowed, and sharp as tack.
Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. Yeah, Shags World says he doesn't hear any game sound. Okay. Is that...
There, in the lot, I've been stirring in the back of my mind.
I still don't hear any game sound if I do that. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, all right. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's not a point in messing with it right now. We'll figure it out later.
The wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car.
By garish car, you mean
Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth. Wasn't it?
Indeed, it was. That sound cue we've got down. No problem.
Yeah, we got that one. 100%. What an odd case. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her.
If she's telling the truth, we're doomed.
Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness.
You might want to keep those silly opinions to
Yourself.
in the future.
Way to take the direction of the caps there.
Oh, yeah. Huh? Rookie.
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the...
That was inspiring.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism?
I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady. My instincts are honed.
Honed.
I said what I said. A
photograph?
photograph? You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and, yeah, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunches is rigged with a camera.
I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. And remember, kids, this game was made before smartphones.
Very true.
Everyone has a camera.
Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You could show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Well, this is most certainly the defense.
Crime photo added to the court record.
Uh-oh. That is unmistakably Lana Skye.
So, what was the defendant doing at the time?
The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand.
Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying.
Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgewood? It is your knife, after all.
Yes, that's about right.
Prosecutors are, by nature, well in the location of a man's vital organ. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad slice.
You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean a person.
Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor.
So the defendant was holding a knife. What then?
Then she tiny took the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has him.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late.
Too late?
Yes, the next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon.
I see.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
Anything else?
Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless.
That's perfectly fatal to me.
What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicked next to me
Don't smile like that! Alright, so we've been through everything.
Interesting.
We gotta... Oh, we have so much evidence.
We should probably present some evidence, right?
Yeah. So you've got
The
a
crime
photo
photo.
from the crime scene.
In which she is not holding the knife, by the way.
That's true. That feels like it could be a little bit of a nitpick, but certainly an option.
Yep.
You got the map here with a block and b block.
A block and bubble block, yes, correct.
Where do we go to get started here?
Jeez. Maybe the knife?
Maybe? What are we doing with the knife?
I don't know, just be like...
No prints.
Yeah. Right there.
Do you want to try presenting the knife?
Yeah, because we can do the classic, is this the knife we are speaking about?
Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing good.
Your Honor, the statement contradicts this evidence. Does it?
I'll give you a hint, because game, Gilby.
Right.
Typically, if they show you your life bar in the upper right-hand corner, probably not.
Yeah. It does? I don't see anything contradictory.
I know Fox
I do
Malone.
know how this works now. Really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Because then we can do, is this the... Yeah. You're right, Fox Malone. Sorry, I've seen one too many, well, not just this game, but a lot of Law & Order.
Yeah, you got very excited about, we'll use this to move the thing, and it was like, that's not how Phoenix Wright works.
That's not how this game works.
Nope. So that obviously wasn't what it wanted you to do.
Should we present the photo? Because she's not holding the photo. She's not holding the knife with the...
She thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. We can certainly present the photo. Right here?
Yeah, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
We could game over right here. That's certainly a possibility.
God. You have it saved, right?
Aha, here you go.
There we go. Okay, and you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife?
Has already said, yes, I swear to it on my fine salmon swirl lunch.
I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph.
Thank you, Chad Kroger. We will be here all week.
This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Objection.
That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Ooh.
Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright.
Dick.
He did say personal feelings weren't going to be part of this.
That's true.
This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
And how can you tell that?
Blood splatter.
Huh?
Dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat.
But it's a black and white photo. Ah, yes. Hard to tell, but this could be blood.
It could also be cake frosting. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem except you. Mr. Wright, are you just gonna sit there and take that kind of abuse?
You got a better idea. I
do you
mean,
think, Gilby?
the right thing to do is objection, but I
think so?
don't know.
I don't know what to present to make that case.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta go and then figure it out when you get there.
Yeah, you gotta do it. Wait. That contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime.
Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apology.
That's it.
If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go.
Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice.
I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Premeditated? How do you know?
Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph.
Oh, are those gloves?
Surgical gloves, made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves.
These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder, a serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
Alright, so the game has given us a hint.
Interesting. The murder was planned. Rubber gloves prove it.
And there's no
Would you like to-
prints on the knife.
True, which is consistent. Would you like to press this statement?
I would. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves?
The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves, of the kind used for autopsies.
Also, we just heard Edward's voice. I know we've heard it before. It's been a minute.
Oh, like for when he said objection?
Yeah,
Well, that's good.
That was
Did
cool.
everybody else hear that? Yeah.
it was cool. Especially because his other was objection.
Right, objection.
In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came. Murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. She's got them thinking it was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. Got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. We've done this.
We've done that.
We've done this text
we've done
before.
it. Blah, 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 blah.
All right, so something in the court record that shows that this was not premeditated. So you got the ID card,
ID. Yep.
trophy, the knife,
Uh-huh.
parking stub, the
Parking
blue
stub.
badger panel.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, what we need here in this situation.
Oh, for sure. Great spot.
The calming face of the blue badger. I don't think I've ever noticed how just slapdash his belt is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it looks like a child put whatever those are on with finger paints.
I'm
like,
sorry, but can you see like the fact that somebody Gumshoe clearly like touched the part before it was dry and then decided to move him and
Yeah,
by
decided
holding
it was
him by the
fine.
cheek? Yeah.
yeah, and then like up there at the top where they were like they just went straight through what was the, I guess, like his hair. Is that his
Yeah.
hair,
I
or is it
don't
a
know,
hat?
it's a hat. It's got to be a hat. Right?
Well, I mean, that goes back to like with Toad. Is it a hat or is it his head?
Oh God, not that question again. That's deep lore.
Anyway, you got the blue badger.
Yep.
You got the autopsy report.
Mm-hmm.
You got the note, phone call, floor plans, and the crime photo. What you thinking? Something's got to disprove that.
Was the phone call a message? It wasn't.
She calls her at 5:18 on the day of the murder, but we don't know why.
But it wasn't a message. It was just a missed call.
Right.
What's the autopsy again?
Death due to loss of blood. One knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. And then there's your additional... Caused by a 4.5-inch knife, a single stab wound was found.
Well, 4.5-inch. How long's that knife?
About 4 inches is what they went with.
Oh.
I don't know that that's the technicality of the game's law.
Oh, come on.
I mean, it is the sort of logic this game would go for, yes, but I don't think it's what you...
Just a tiny little midge. Oh my god, I'm lost. Parking ticket?
I do think I know what it is.
Okay.
And it is a piece of evidence we've discussed a lot already, if that helps as a hint.
It's not the knife.
I think it is the knife.
You think it is the knife? Even though I just said the inch. Oh, it's the knife, but it's not about the inches.
It's not about the inches. We're trying to prove that the murder was not premeditated.
Okay.
Why would the knife prove that this was not premeditated, is the question.
Because Edgeworth's knife, why would the prosecutor have it?
Yeah, basically, if you're planning on murdering someone and then you happen to find it, well, let's let the game do it.
Okay.
Right?
Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? A lunchbox is for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's chest.
Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case?
The bloody murder weapon, a red car, it all's belonging to the prosecutor there.
The defendant is the chief prosecutor for this district, right?
Mommy, are prosecutors bad people?
Who brought their child to a courtroom murder case?
I don't know, but it's really a great touch, frankly.
Oh, God, what is this, Victorian England? Jesus. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves.
Like a natural conclusion to me, the gloves do indicate planning.
However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon.
Order. Order.
Great, now the tide is turning in our favor.
Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie.
What?
I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned.
That's literally
Not over
what
such
you
a...
said.
Right? Don't finger wave me, sir. No, Shags, like, the Edgeworth's finger wave, in my opinion, is like one of the great joys of this game, of just like the, you haven't said the magic word. Yeah. Not over such a trifling detail.
But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory.
Bah!
No.
The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated. Yes. Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else.
Good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know, as well as I do, she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't,
Why would she have been wearing?
I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again.
Witness, please tell us only what you saw and not what you thought.
How dare... My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated.
Really now?
A new testimony. That's not bad. We got through one piece of the puzzle with only one ding. That's not too bad.
Mm.
Lana intended to murder Detective. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge that knife in again and again.
The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy?
In case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
So I'm sure you saw the issue with this one, Gilby, right?
Nope. I just read the
Okay.
lines and hope for the best.
All right. Do you want to press everything on the way?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Run. Oh,
I just went straight to it. I'm sorry.
You said that, but you haven't told us how you know.
that's what I'm about to tell you.
I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she's about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again.
Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven, half baked.
Something's baked here, all right, and it's you.
Try not to confuse the defense, witness. They are not very quick on their feet.
I saved your fucking life, man!
Now, why do you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim?
Their actions speak for themselves.
Now, there's no... He even said, it's nothing personal, man. You just gotta be ready.
Sorry, I took that personally.
I know, yeah. And I took that personally, Your Honor.
You have no proof there Miss Sky called him there.
You have no proof that she didn't.
Mr. Edgeworth. Oh,
There is no record of a call made on the defendant, Ms. Lana Sky's phone.
She might have written him a letter.
come on! You could have tried public phone first.
In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office, where he was murdered.
I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Yes?
Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned?
Oh, wrong.
That's all right.
Sorry, I myself have a cold. Why do you think it was the suspect? Sorry, give me a second.
What is this
No,
like
there's-
delayed laughter too? Is that an ADHD thing? I have no idea.
I mean, maybe. There's a line I love in the Adventure Zone podcast where Travis, who is the most adventurous of the McElroys, I would say, when it comes to their character,
yeah.
he does a pretty good French accent.
Uh-huh.
And everybody immediately goes, "Whoa, hey, are you sure you've got one try to like cough and just be like, I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me." Like it's very much like that.
Okay, I got 1, 3.
Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day?
Yeah.
Thank
I
God.
want to do the mute on stream, but I don't know if I could do it with a movie without OBS. Do the mute game on stream. I don't know what you mean, Shags. You may have to clarify that a little bit. I'm a little lost on that one.
Yeah.
But we shall continue while we're waiting for Shags to tell us what's going on.
Right. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim.
What kind of grudge?
Well, I wouldn't know that.
Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge.
Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside?
How am I supposed to know?
See, we agree there is a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. It's like a cat by a Schrodinger or something.
Could be alive or not. Who knows?
A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree?
Now, before I hit next on this, Gilby, how do you think this is going to end? A lunchbox with pretzels? So I have no idea. I don't know where this metaphor is going.
Maybe because it's full of.
Oh boy, I sure hope not. But that probably is it, isn't it?
And a little salty.
Yeah. We would watch a movie or TV show, hit mute, and do a total recreation of the dialogue. Oh yeah, like they used to do with the Whose Line Is It Anyway game, where they would go through and they would fill in the dialogue as people were talking. Yeah, if you wanted to do that, I would absolutely do that for a night. I have a lot of fun with that stuff. All right, let's find out how this ends.
I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty.
I knew it. I was one of the two.
Nailed it.
This judge isn't very good with metaphors.
The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this?
It's simple. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plug the knife in again and again.
Hold it.
Hold it, press it.
Yeah.
Hold it!
A human machine? That's a contradiction. Hey, you're right.
Please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, right? Note to self, Mr. Edgeworth's sighs smell like citrus fruit.
Sorry, what?
Didn't know we were that close in this courtroom, but okay.
Maybe he just had some juicy fruit gum. I don't know.
Yeah, a lifesaver or two.
Yeah, the red one. You say again and again. Oh. How many
There it
times did
is.
she stab him exactly?
We often say, into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done?
How come she's getting mad at me?
Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. This is a murder case, people.
Mr. Wright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know.
Miss Star has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off.
The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact.
I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle?
Aha!
We have an objection. I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick would burn longer.
Obviously, more scientific testing is required.
All right, for folks that are unaware of how this gimmick works, we have now switched voice parts, as we do whenever we see objection, all in caps, all in the chat with an exclamation point.
So Nick is now Angel.
And now I'm everybody. Because Gilby was doing the yeoman's work there for everything. Now it's my turn to get a
Oh
little
man,
bit
my
work
back hurts from carrying the whole show.
in. Yeah, I bet, yeah.
I'm teasing. It's a joke.
I'm sure you know what you would like to do here.
Yes, I'd like to present the knife, which I already did, but it wasn't the time. And the game is really specific about the exact time you have to present stupid fucking pieces of evidence. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all.
Now, Gilby.
Yeah.
Now, Gilby, before
Yes,
I
sir.
present the knife,
Yeah.
are you sure it's the knife?
He ran into my knife. He ran into my knife.
Into my
10
knife,
times. 10 times.
Is it 10 times?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Does anything in the knife's description say anything about how many times he was
I'm
stabbed?
sorry. It's not the knife. It's the autopsy report.
I knew you knew the answer to this. That's why I would not normally lead you like that. Because I know you know what's going on.
One knife wound.
One!
There it is.
Objection! You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise!
I'm afraid that moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Hart.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab.
Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth.
What a hunk. He's my hero, really.
What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness. You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. He's out here lying under oath. They're always lying under oath, man. It is the whole premise of the game.
Right? Oh, I forgot. Let me change my entire testimony. Oh, you're right. Let me change my entire testimony.
Burner at the stake. That's what there's somebody's going to get burned by the time we're done, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible.
So, you were saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Spattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify.
And here's testimony number 17.
Right. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Shall we press this?
Oh.
Her red muffler? Her red muffler? I was not being clairvoyant on that, I promise.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, we got to get this witness out of here. She is not credible. I 100% agree with you on this, Shags.
Chuck her out.
Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose.
This is so fucking biased.
Right? Yeah, she's right.
Oh, there it is.
This guy was wearing a red scarf. Wasn't she? But wait. Isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib.
Oh, bless.
Judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes.
Oh.
Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest.
However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter.
No one said that.
There was only one knife wound.
Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony.
Mr. Wright, this is our chance.
Bib, F off. If you're just seeing that this is the tip of the iceberg, my guy. The judge is truly out of pocket on this case, I promise you. A chance for what, I wonder? Ms. Starr has turned out to be a short-term... Okay, we've done this dialogue, so I'm just going to zoom through it. All right. So this is the change. So obviously something here, right?
Yes, but what? What?
Let's look. Probably not the attorney's bench.
Oh, let's look at the photograph.
At the photo?
She's not wearing a scarf. That's what I thought.
Well, point. It's obviously as old as Mitch McConnell. Listen, I just want to take a second.
His entire neck is a bit. At least the judge has the speed.
I just want to take a second to say, it's very sad what's happening to Mitch McConnell. It couldn't happen to a better person. The man needs to be home with his family.
Yeah, he was.
But let's use Gilby's well-honed instincts here. Let's present this crime scene photo.
Here we go.
Miss Starr, I demand an explanation.
The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
What?
The suspect wow.
I know, right?
Phoenix. Apparently, I'm taking all the right info. The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph.
I don't really, at this point, does Phoenix even need to be here?
Yeah.
But that can't be!
Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life.
It is shady in this courtroom right now.
To just get like 5 degrees colder because I'm feeling the shade.
Right? Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
What was my objection? Chopped liver? But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red. Really?
Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part?
The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth.
Apprehending?
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made it to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. Should have gone with futile.
Futile, yeah.
Yeah. You are quite determined about this scarf, are you not? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star.
I also saw it on sale at Nordstrom's once, and I regret never buying it.
It's really just the most, envy possible. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks.
Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snakes.
I love Emma. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Press it all the way down.
All the way.
So, where is this partition on the floor plans?
I'm sure she means this wall next to...
That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
And what did you do then?
You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details?
Press her! For details.
Press her. Yes, for details.
For details.
Not for lunches, for details.
Yeah.
I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was...
She was a visitor. Thus, she was parked in Boblock.
So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you? I went over it, of course. Amazing! The cough-up queen, lunch lady athlete, indeed.
Taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister.
Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word?
So, wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else?
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean...
Ask for her.
By phone, do you mean this cell phone? Discovered at the crime scene. Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately.
My memory... It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? Oh, that's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone.
Indeed. The emergency phone was out of order that day.
Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying?
I mean, that's the crux of this issue here.
Right. You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney.
Lana's cell phone, updated in the court record. The word muffler was overheard during a phone call made to Emma at 5:18.
Sorry, I moved on a little quick there.
That's okay, because the fun thing about having two screens up is I can catch
The rest of it as it's going.
Yep.
All right, this is new. Shall we press it?
Yeah.
Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one more time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and then ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence.
It's easy, right? It's really
Oh, it very much is, yeah. Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this.
What is it, Mr. Wright?
Do you see what it is?
I don't get how she could have climbed over a 9-foot fence without Lana not seeing her as she was making a phone call and then arresting her. But also, like, how could she arrest her? She's not a police officer currently.
Okay, so yes, that's a little suspect, but take it as given that A, she climbed over the fence, and B, that she did arrest her. Citizen's arrest, let's say, right?
Okay.
Because in theory, if I walk down the street and I see a guy punch another guy and I'm able to catch him, I could do a citizen's arrest until the cops get there, right?
Yeah, I would look closer into U.S. law, but for the sake of this argument.
Yeah, for the sake of the stream, let's say yes.
Yeah. I know it's more complicated than that, but, like, yes.
There is something more glaring about what she just said.
What is it? It's about the phone. Why would she pick up the phone and then pull out the other phone? I mean, I think the muffler has something to do with the car, first of all. Like, and I'm not even a car person,
Ooh.
but that's what I think about the muffler.
Okay, that's a thought.
But why would she use the emergency cell phone and then call her?
So I will say that the game tends to give you evidence that you have not had a chance to examine in a way to make it seem A, that they're useful, and B, to get you to, like,
Is it about the
make
time?
sure you look at them. About the time on the phone?
Yeah.
Doesn't really say anything about the time in her testimony.
Okay. So no. I just don't believe that she jumped over the fence. Like, that's a big thing for me, but I don't know how to present that in court.
I mean, we could try presenting it if you want.
Sure. With the photo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the parking lot floor plan, right?
I will tell you, Gilby, that you are right, but for the wrong reasons.
Okay. I can't wait to find out.
Right. Miss Starr, I have to conclude you have a personal grudge against Ms. Lana Skye.
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought you would have been my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago? Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true...
Behind the wall, how could she have seen it?
Exactly.
Oh
you
my
couldn't
god, I'm an
possibly
idiot.
have seen Miss Skye making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the backside of this partition. If indeed you were in Bablock, you couldn't have seen it. What? Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies.
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told.
Here's where the counterattack begins. I cannot afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about... So 3 options here. What she saw, where she saw it, the order of events.
I think it's where she saw it.
Where she saw it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying if you're right or wrong. So if she didn't see it from there, where would she have seen it from?
She would have had to have seen it from the security room.
From a block, right?
Yeah, from a block instead of a block.
It seems reasonable enough. You want to try it?
Yeah.
Miss Skye tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? I mean, nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Ms. Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But to say the witness did actually see... Oh, sorry. But say the witness did actually see Ms. Skye using the emergency phone. Thank you. It would mean Ms. Starr witnessed the crime from a different location.
A different location. Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one.
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Jesus Christ, Phoenix. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Starr witnessed this crime was here.
Yes.
You said the security room?
I think so. Wait, can I look at the photograph?
I don't think you can. I don't think we can get out of it.
Because the photograph would have been the angle I would have needed.
Remember
But
what you saw with the photograph.
Room, because she talked about killing her boyfriend there.
This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room.
Indeed. The room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness not being part of the prosecutor's office couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony, you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr? How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has gotten the better of Angel Starr. Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished, and I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Skye?
Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense.
Huh?
She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands.
It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this.
Oh my god, Shag's World! You're right! We're
Hey.
mistake!
She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So, tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from the block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? So 3 options. Again, worth a part of our bar if we get it wrong.
I think it's the angle of the view of the crime, because it means she couldn't have seen deliberately if Lana stabbed Goodman.
Seems good to me. Why, the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, the security guard station is on the 2nd floor, and, she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime. And this is important. Why?
That was a good reason! That was
Right.
a good reason, game!
Perhaps you would like to reconsider, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. It's gonna go through the whole thing again.
Yeah, it is. So, witness from the crime from the security guard station, but lied and said that she saw it from the block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? So, we know it's not this one. It's either distance to the crime or difference in lighting. I don't know what difference in lighting would mean.
I don't either, but if we looked back at the floor plan,
Let's look at the floor plan.
if we look at the floor plan and she was from the security room, I don't know how high up the security room is, but that partition is directly in front of the car.
Oh. Yeah, maybe she wouldn't be able to see what Lana was doing if she was in the security room. You
Yeah,
wanna go
which
with
is why I thought about the angle, but I guess the other reason would be the distance.
distance to the crime. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think difference in lighting makes a difference here.
No, it was never brought
Yeah.
up.
It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plan and it's quite clear. It's really about the lighting.
Like, maybe.
Stop it. Okay, I have to say it. The distance
Yeah, it's your
between
line,
the
Gilby.
scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr.
Oh, okay. Yep. Sorry, my dumbass brain just like. Speaking of difference in lighting, my light bulb just went off.
Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Skye? Well, witness? You? Yes. You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunchbox with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend? He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
Oh.
That's agonizing. That's why I had to go through the visitors' parking in Bablock. That's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Do I have any evidence to stop this?
Raise an
Do we have any evidence?
objection.
All right. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey!
Yeah.
Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on her professional history.
We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright.
That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me.
I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ha Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What she's gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time?
Had this fuss.
I don't know. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Ms. Lana Skye. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? That was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Witness, what's the meaning of it? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
These are actually important, Gilby.
Yeah. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
You think? You think he's a little mad? A little angry? Yeah, at least study some evidence law, really.
Those are always my favorite ones when they do like the quick repetition of something for the joke. It always makes me feel good.
Yep.
The prosecution's complaint notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure the guilty are properly judged.
Victim shoe, white enamel shoe, bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
All right.
Can I mention something before we go to this? Well, we'll have to do it, I think, after we get out of the cross-examination. No, we can do it now. Because this is not this is something that didn't happen in the first 4 games.
Okay.
I would strongly recommend that we investigate this evidence
Yes.
before we hear the testimony, because we can look at it in 3 dimensions.
Hey. It's blood. It's my sister's, right?
It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She might have cut herself at the time of the crime.
Oh, how about on the heel? Okay. On the sole, excuse me. There's blood here too.
Would you say that she has a blood-stained sole? Okay, sorry. On the sole of the shoe? It's got to be the victim's.
That was bad, man.
He must have...
That was real bad.
Right. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
All this blood, it's horrible.
Huh. This blood might be an important clue.
Anything else?
Nothing in the shoe. It seems like the blood on the bottom and the blood on the top.
All right.
And just to make sure, yep, the heel blood is the same as the
I was
sole
about
blood.
to say, yeah.
So,
Okay.
all right.
Good to know.
Now, return us to our regularly scheduled
Correct.
cross-examination.
Yeah.
Shall we press it all the way down?
Yeah.
All right. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say, I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing.
And why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This, when the suspect is admitting she did it? But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr.
I don't know. Child pedophilia is pretty bad.
Right, I mean, murder's pretty up there. Let's just get this over with. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Oh, did I not bring this up? And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime? I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So, like an ill-trained bitch, you snuck off with a shoe.
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunch boxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the crime scene. Now, tell us what you did next.
Hold it!
Hold it! So, you brought it to the forensics department? If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. She got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed, after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe.
Yeah, but if she's like, O positive, like hundreds of people.
Right, exactly. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh? Well, speak up! Well, blood comes in 4
Exactly.
types. A, B, O, and AB.
What type
However,
blood are you, Nick?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm type
I think
O,
I'm
for sure.
I think I'm A positive.
I'm O positive,
Maybe?
which is why the mosquitoes like me so much, apparently.
Yeah. They say, oh, tasty Gilby.
Positively delicious.
Yeah, there you go. It's basically written somewhere in your scalp. It's in the hair follicles.
I hate it.
You can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
We can differentiate between millions of types of, with all the blood tests out there, which means we can more or less narrow down any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear.
That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test
I was
results,
about
but
to
they
say,
said
the DNA
there's...
test will tell you more than the blood test will.
Right. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Ms. Lana Sky's. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe.
Is she AB negative? Like, otherwise I don't... I'm sorry. I'm just...
I would advise you not to get too wrapped up in the blood typing.
Because game.
Because game.
That ties her directly to the death. Blah, blah, blah. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. Death. Sorry.
I was afraid he was going to say that. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Ugh. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup.
Mr. Wright, don't you have a problem with the shoe?
A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe?
There is a problem with the victim's shoe.
There is, and I remember what it is now. And Gilby,
Yes.
when I tell you that this is one of the more trifling pieces of contradiction we're going to ever pull on this game.
Oh God. Okay. I will hold back my what the fucks till the end. How's that?
Yeah, that's fine. Just try not to jump to any conclusions too early.
Okay.
Is I guess the only advice I can give you. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence, a clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. All right, what would you like to show?
I believe it's the blood on the bottom.
On the bottom?
Yeah.
All right. I wonder if you noticed, there's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of this shoe.
Makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe?
So we got the right thing there. Nothing
Is it
there.
that it's blood from the chest wound and it wouldn't have fallen down real fast? I don't know. That's a little loosey-goosey.
Yeah. Let's look at the... I don't think that helps us here. Oh, I remember how you do this now. Does this help?
I don't see the shoe.
Don't see the shoe. What else do you not see?
I don't see Goodman. But he
Don't
could
see
be in the
Goodman.
trunk.
He could be. If Goodman's in the trunk, what should be there?
What should be there? Well, the knife.
The knife. If he was stabbed with a knife, right? We should see the knife. What else should we see? Especially if she's got blood spatter all over her, right?
This is gonna be like slap in the face obvious. It's just not slapping me yet.
No, this one's actually pretty tricky.
See the blood splatter on the coat. She's not holding a knife. You don't see Goodman. There's no
remember,
blood
the
on the
thing-
floor.
There it is. Shall we?
Yeah.
The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange, why aren't there any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been footprints.
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order! 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 Well, witness. What? Huh?
Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think.
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What?
Oh, I hold it. I see. Now I get it.
Get what?
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint of truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Boy, I'm glad I got that particular line read again.
Flip it. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally quieted chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. But water? What does that mean?
Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? You want to know the reason she kicked it over? The real reason?
Aha! You don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Skye's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him?
That's when my sister's blood got on the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please.
What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it.
But... Enough. Further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Ms. Lana Skye. Little girl, what did you just say?
Huh? Me?
Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side?
Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints.
Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. But wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this!
Oh.
A photograph? I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the gold in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the courses
Look at
of
this
court's mind.
photograph!
Yeah, really, there's a lot of Nickelback opportunities in this particular part of the case.
Yeah.
Just a lot of, look at his graph! All right, now we've all got a chance to do one.
Yeah.
Katie, do you want to do one?
Yeah.
Katie says she doesn't want to do one.
That's okay. That's okay. Someone has to have respect between us.
Yeah, no one ever has to tell anyone what passed between us all here. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems that this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia.
Right. Wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not till the bitter end.
This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Why can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait?
No!
No, it can't. Then it will be too late.
This is your job!
Right.
One job!
And he just wants to do it uninterrupted. Is that so much to ask?
Part of your job is to listen to all of the objections to the evidence.
Look at this.
You gotta do it together, man. You ready?
Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3. Look at this photograph! Yeah, close enough. You're right.
I went too close to the masculine.
I flew too close to the Nickelback sun. All right.
Go ahead. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Fair.
Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with the latest piece of evidence?
Yeah. I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I gotta go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake.
You know.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
Job.
Right. Now, I just love it. This is when the judge, like, starts getting, like, a prissy little ego. Like, oh, fine, if we have to look at everything. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph.
It's the water.
The water?
Yeah, it's gotta be the water.
Okay. Well, it's probably here. Don't you think?
Come
As
on.
your elder, Mr. Wright, let me give you a piece of advice. When you point at something, at least remember to keep your eyes open. I believe he's trying to say no one's falling for your bluffs, Mr. Wright.
Open your eyes, Mr. Wright. Think scientifically. Well, I did.
Right? I suppose since we've come this far... Okay, I get to do my... We should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph.
Is it the muffler?
I think it could be. The problem in this photograph is here.
What's... There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor.
You just said muffler? However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph.
Muffler is also a part of on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. Pipe.
I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not gonna be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case.
Phone call, right? She said she heard her call her sister to, yeah, there it is.
The same muffler. Yep.
Yep.
Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court? Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler! Ugh! Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we have seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so.
Whew, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. He's still hungry?
I know, you got like 6 boxes.
Yeah, in a jumbo-sized box, right?
Right?
To be continued.
Woohoo!
So this trial part is actually so long that they break it into 2 parts, if I remember correctly. So, this is trial former, and I think the next time we come back, it is trial latter.
All right.
But that is 2 hours, Gilby. How are you
Yeah.
feeling about that as a stopping spot?
Oh, I think that's perfect, because if there's another example where they have to say, look at this photograph, I really don't think my voice could take it.
I know, just thinking back to how badly we lost it thinking about Chad Kroger and his contributions to the world. Well, I do think that's going to do it for us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for spending some time with us. We appreciate you being here, as always. It is worth mentioning, however, that we will not be here next week. I'm going to be on vacation, and I will be away from, well, anything. I'm going to be in the middle of nowhere relaxing, so we will not be here next week. But probably the week after we'll return and be playing, right, Gilby?
That'd be my guess, yeah.
Yeah. So that means off next week, and then we will be here the week after, which is the week of the 25th. So you guys get a little mandated break from us. We get a little mandated break from you. It works out perfect for everybody. Not that we're tired of you. Boy, I need to wrap this closing up. So.
You're fine, dude. It's all good.
Yeah. So with that being said, thank you all so much again for being here. We appreciate you guys being here this evening. I am Nick, a.k.a. Pavel the Barbarian Bard, here with my bestest voiceover buddy. And wanted to say thank you guys for showing up.
Yeah, thanks, y'all.
I actually see one of the folks that is someone we have rated previously is playing the game Sea of Stars, which I'm also playing right now and really enjoying. I'm going to take us over there on a raid. So anybody who wants to stick around, feel free to hang out. And I'll take you over for some more content. But otherwise, thank you guys so much, and I hope everybody has an excellent night.
Bye!
Bye!